having really enjoyed the discussion tonight, I think you could take away the view that there are 100,000 different projects around the nation that are doing their best to improve information, education and good practice in the world of nutrition and food production. And I think all that could all come together in a wonderful surge of best practice and better eating habits for the nation. Alternatively, the other view that was very prevalent tonight was that somebody needs to take control and just say, do you know what, we're all eating rubbish food, stop it. And that somebody needs to take a really strong stance in government and say, no, we need to tax sugar, we need to tax fizzy pop, we need to make sure that the food that we're giving kids in places where we can control it, i.e. schools, hospitals, prisons, that it is of a better quality, because everybody will reap the benefit, both economically and from a societal point of view, and from a health point of view, of course. I mean, personally, we were asked for our top tips, if you like, the things which I'd like to see. I would like to see school kids, young school kids, make practical stuff at school, make practical food. I don't know about you, but when I was at school, the kind of food I was taught by Mrs. Parkin, the cookery teacher, who was quite, honestly, it's a true story, she was called Mrs. Parkin. My biology teacher was called Mrs. Blood as well, it was great. Mrs. Parkin taught us how to make cakes. Now, I was good at making cakes, that was great, but it didn't actually teach me how to make a meal. Now, I was lucky I learnt that from my mum and dad, but a lot of kids don't know that, and so I think it has to be central to the way we teach not just teenagers but our young children who may well go home. Mum and dad may not be there. They need to know how to make a basic but nutritious sheep meal from basic ingredients that they can pick up at the corner shop. I mean, and I think that is just common sense. If we can teach our kids to cook for themselves, then we'll be solving a lot of the problems and they won't be going down to the kebab shop or go to... What I actually think is that because you cannot assume that parents have the time or the ability to teach their kids to cook, because they probably may not have been taught themselves, indeed they may not have, they may not have grandparents who know how to cook, that it is central to what schools should be doing. It should be central to the curriculum that at school you don't just learn how to make a rock cake or a piece of shortbread, because that's what you can do in half-an-hour lesson once a week when you're 8, that you're actually taught how to make a practical, nutritious, sensible meal. And that if we can teach our kids to do that at school, then they'll have a skill for life, which hopefully, will help us all.